Bitch right now. Yeah, there we go. All right, so apparently they fired my boy Nico Harris for no reason whatsoever. They all act like this motherfucker was the one playing the games and shit. This motherfucker was the one getting hurt on the court. Like Kyrie ain't here. Y'all can't blame this motherfucker for goddamn nothing. The first person they blame is the damn owner. For what though? For what though? The owner can't play. He can only recruit people, hire motherfuckers. Fire motherfuckers. Find some motherfuckers. Yeah, he made a couple bad trades, but you can't tell me Kyrie, AD, Cooper Flag. You can't tell me not in a good ass motherfucking lineup with all of them healthy. AD can't stay healthy for a bitch ass thing. So why the fuck is we even worried about that? Like you gotta get this motherfucker some time. Y'all let the trade happen and they probably like, yo, if this shit fell, we gonna fire your bitch ass.
After just 9 short months removed from the infamous Luka Doncic trade, general manager Nico Harrison has been fired. Now, for many people like myself, this ain't that much of a surprise. We already knew that trading Luka Doncic had the potential to go down as one of, if not the worst trades in NBA history. It makes absolutely positively no sense to trade your 25-year-old superstar for a 30-year-old, especially when a 30-year-old is not just injury prone, but the 25-year-old is already better than the 30-year-old. It literally makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but hey, that's the world that we live in.
You see, the 30-year-old has a ring though. Like, what are you talking about? The 30-year-old has a ring, first of all. Then we talking about, yeah, of course the trade don't make sense. Who the fuck in their right mind trading AD for Luca? But then you think about it, who the fuck LeBron and AD, that shit didn't really mesh. It didn't fit, bro. The nigga was always hurting. We getting I don't know, bro. AD, just go to Chicago, bro. Come back home, bro. We'll love you there. As long as you stay healthy, we'll love you there. But please don't bring that injury shit. Like, don't bring that injury shit here. Hell no. I seen my nigga AD get hurt running after making a shot, running back to the motherfucking other side to play defense. He got hurt. Like, that's some old nigga syndrome shit. Like, ain't no fucking way my dog just get hurt like that though.
Now, unfortunately, there was some people in the community that believe that maybe, just maybe, I want to be different and say that Dallas actually won the trade. Or maybe it's even-handed, but I understand why it makes sense to trade Luka for AD. Because when everyone is healthy and ready to go, Dallas is a real title contending team. So because of the different people in the community, as well as Nico Harrison and the rest of the decision makers out in Dallas, we had to sit back and wait for the inevitable. We had to wait to see how undeniable it would be that this was a massive mistake before we came to this conclusion. And I'm here to tell you, the only surprise out of all of this is how quickly we came to this resolution. I did not know that it was going to be this bad this quickly. Conclusion. And I'm here to tell you, the only surprise out of all of this is how quickly we came to this resolution. I did not know that it was going to be.
So they fired Nico Harris. My dog started to see the Dallas. He didn't play in any games, but they started the season 3-8. You feel me? They defense is still legit. Oh, you can't. Hey, defense wins championships, bro. So the defense is legit, still knockdown type shit. Like defense is legit, my boy. Defense is legit. Nah, y'all can't say the defense ain't legit, nigga. Defense legit. But we don't watch y'all on that one. Goddamn, my bad. My bad, man. My bad for the vertical. My bad for the vertical. Defense legit. Like, how y'all gonna blame my boy for how y'all gonna blame my boy for goddamn nothing? Like y'all blaming him because y'all lost. And what they gonna say? What they gonna say? They gonna say, Cuban would never do this. Mark Cuban would never trade Luca for AD. We don't know that. Mark Cuban probably had that in the tuck to trade that nigga off. He was getting hurt there. Luca was getting hurt there anyway. He was hurt playing. So you gonna blame a nigga for getting hurt and then take it out on the owner who had the fucking nuts to trade the nigga anyway? Y'all pussy ass niggas scared. I'ma trade this bitch. Shout out to Luca. I'ma trade this bitch. Since y'all motherfuckers scared to do it, I'ma take on motherfucker. I'ma drop my nuts. I'ma trade this nigga. I'ma go on about my merry motherfucking way. Like, whatever happens, happens. He didn't know AD was gonna get fucking hurt, even though the nigga injury prone 24/7, 365 days a year. He didn't know that. He didn't know Kyrie was gonna fucking get hurt. Nigga didn't know that. Of course, it's a bad fucking trade, obviously, but goddamn, the nigga gotta lose his job over it. Let the niggas come back, see what they could do first. Fire him next year. You fired him right before the holidays. What type of shit is that? Right before the holidays, though? That's crazy, dog. Dallas is devious. On a holiday season, though.
This bad this quickly. We just made a video about the Dallas Mavericks like 7-10 days ago on this channel, and since then, not only is there even more news, but it somehow has gotten significantly worse. It's crazy bad. But before we do that, again, let's just briefly go over what happened over the last 9 months, because there's a lot to unpack, especially because there's even more information that is happening.
That nigga got the Luka Doncic shit right here, though. He got this shit right in the tuck, too.
Happened over the past 10 days. As we all,
This nigga got a Luka shirt on. Straight Laker fan. We obviously know that. So, hold on, I want to hear his opinion. Hold on.
February 2nd, early this year, the trade is official. Luka Doncic is now being moved to the Los Angeles Lakers, and in return, the Dallas Mavericks receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick. Now, the first thing that is very important to remember and make sure that people do not try to rewrite history is that both Luka and AD at that time were dealing with availability problems. For whatever reason, people are attempting to rewrite history and make it seem as if like Luka was the only one that wasn't available. No.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. So you can't blame the nigga. The nigga like, yo, we got a broken superstar over here. Like, the nigga can't stay fit. Fat as shit coming up. He, before and after the games. Before and after the game. My motherfucking nigga. Hit me. Before and after the game. So you can't blame him for that shit, bro. Come on.
Anthony Davis started off the season really strong, but quickly fell off. Some of that had to do with the fact that he just wasn't knocking down his shots, but also injuries and being 100% is also playing a part in it as well. However, Nico Harrison and the rest of the decision makers.
What about J Kidd? They gonna try to fire my nigga J Kidd next. Watch. I would have made that. I would have been Kobe. If I would have made that, I would have been Kobe.
in Dallas, and that's also very important to highlight as well because for whatever reason, people are trying to make it seem as if like Nico Harrison was the only one who was on board with trading
Yo,
Luca. Nico, our general manager, cannot
don't
be the
steal
only
my
one
shit
on
either.
board
My
making this
style.
decision. So it's important to highlight that ownership was a part of this as well, and I'm not going to allow them to just weasel their way out of it. So both Nico and ownership and Patrick Dumont tries to come out and justify the trade by claiming that defense wins championships. And we need players that's going to come in and take this serious, especially on the defensive side of the floor, and that's not Luka. Ownership backs Nico Harrison's claim.
Hold on. But the niggas, you see the defense third in the lead though. So they obviously hit on the defense part. The nigga did something right. He got the defense locked in. They got a first round draft pick out this shit. It's obviously politics. Ain't no way. Ain't no, bro. Y'all ever thought about that shit? Like, they trade this motherfucker. Do y'all know how good this nigga is? For broke down AD. They trade broke down AD for Luca, right? And magically somehow rolling the lottery ball. Out of all the motherfucking teams in the motherfucking NBA, the same team that make the major motherfucking move somehow get the first round fucking draft pick. They told that nigga, yo, somebody back in the back dipped off to the side and was like, yo, this is what we gonna do. We're gonna trade Luca to the Lakers for AD. And I'm gonna give y'all guys the #1 pick in the NBA. Right? Right? Y'all hear me when I'm talking? And then, and then he ain't talking to Nico though. This somebody. This gotta be it's a middleman in this bitch. Cause Nico dropped the nuts and said, yo, we making a trade, but it's a middleman that was like, yo. And then if it don't work out, we gonna fire the owner. We gonna fire the motherfucker who we're gonna say made the trade, right? Even though we got the #1 pick out of this shit, we ain't just get broke down AD. We got a #1 pick, a potential motherfucking superstar in Cooper Flag. Hopefully he pans out, cause I don't know where the NBA going, cause niggas ain't playing like LeBron no more. Niggas out here doing other shit. Niggas ain't in love with the motherfucking game like they used to be, bruh. This nigga LeBron came from high school, my nigga. High school. And he still the fuck in. He's still the fucking. What's that possible? These motherfucking young niggas can't even get that shit together. LeBron been like this since high school. I be feeling so bad. Like it's probably some niggas in the NBA still got that motherfucking motor. Like, all right, this basketball, nigga. I'm here to fucking play basketball, nigga. I ain't here for the glitz and glam, nigga. I do this shit for free. I feel like LeBron, he like, yo, I do this shit for the love of the motherfucking game. This is where I came. This is me, nigga. This shit got me out the trenches. Y'all motherfuckers get out the trenches and forget. Y'all motherfuckers get off the silver spoon in the motherfucking pudding pops and forget. I'm in the NBA, nigga. You get in the NBA and it's all fucked up from there. Like, it's some niggas you be like, dog, how the fuck is this nigga not fucking good? You look at Jordan Poole like, bro, what happened to that motherfucker? That nigga went to his own team and pooped it up. Like, literally pooped this shit up.
claims, and then now we're off to a bunch of slandering of Luka Doncic. Be very mindful that this is an organization that just was a year removed from making a finals appearance, an organization that was just 2 games removed from actually winning a championship. But now, out of the blue,
They should have won. And in my opinion, before I let this nigga speak, they should have won that finals. Like, they definitely could have beat the Celtics. They definitely could have beat the
it's
Celtics.
gotten so bad out in Dallas that they can't even fathom how they're going to be able to win a championship with Luka. That's how they're pitching it. That's how they were phrasing it. So much so that more and more information and news starts getting leaked out about how much of a degenerate Luka was with his time with the Mavericks. And now people are now backing this idea. Oh, if he was that bad, well, I guess it makes sense to trade him. Now, of course, you already know how I felt about it. Luka could have been doing anything he wanted to out in Dallas, and he still should have stayed on the team. Luka could have been smoking crack, and I just would have had a crackhead on my roster and gave him a super max contract because he is that good of a ball player. However, Nico Harris deemed otherwise. So as this is happening and everyone is panicking, it's also very important to acknowledge as well, Nico Harrison decides to trade Quentin Grimes to the Philadelphia 76ers because he believes he doesn't have the capability of paying him in the upcoming offseason. That's important to acknowledge, especially because of where we are today with Dallas. Nevertheless, fast forward a few more games and Anthony Davis finally makes his Dallas Mavericks debut, and it's the entire Anthony Davis experience. He comes out there, he's dominating, blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, scoring points.
This nigga's a fucker. And I fuck with AD, bro. I fuck with AD, bro. But this nigga, bro. This nigga. LeBron was probably on the bench like this nigga, bro. My son could play all 82 games. Like, both of them.
Yelling to the crowd, playing into this idea that AD is here. The new era has started, and I am now the face of the franchise, and I will not let my Dallas Mavericks fans down. But unfortunately, as I said, it's the full Anthony Davis experience. So in that exact same game when he makes his debut, AD injures himself and effectively is now sidelined for the remainder of the season. Yikes. Now, fast forward a few more games, and Kyrie Irving also injures.
Yo, y'all think that should be ghost injuries? Like, I feel like niggas be faking the injuries and shit. Y'all heard about bro faking an injury? They got them get the bets off and shit. Like that shit is fucking devious, bro. We in the NBA, nigga. I don't give a fuck about your bets. I'm here to play the fucking game to win, nigga. I want a fucking ring on my bitch.
Himself as well. ACL injury, which means that he's going to be sidelined for effectively an entire calendar year. And because it's an ACL injury and because Kyrie is over the age of 30, there is no promise on the caliber of player that he's going to look like when he comes back. Yikes. Then Daniel Gafford also gets hurt as well, and a team that may have been on the brink of competing for a play-in spot unfortunately fell out of that race and finished the season with a record of 39-43. Now, while this is happening, it's also very important to note that Luka, playing for the Lakers, started off a little rough, certainly wasn't 100%, and definitely reflected in the points that he was recording at that time, but quickly got back in rhythm and started dominating in ways that reminded everyone that we are talking about a top 5 player in the NBA. The Lakers, unlike the Mavericks, end up making the playoffs. The Lakers finish the season with 50 wins, third best record in the Western Conference, and an actual playoff appearance, albeit a first-round exit, but more success than we saw on the Maverick side of things. Now, while this is occurring and unraveling, people still kind of question, hey, Nico, are you sure you still believe that this is going to work out? Nico, while all these things are unraveling, decides to give himself a timetable of only 2 to 3 years, one of the years being last season. Why he did that, I do not know. It makes absolutely positively no sense whatsoever, but he gave himself a 2 to 3 year window. Yikes. Now, over the offseason, a few things occur as well. A, the basketball gods, for whatever reason, decide to just answer all the prayers in Dallas, and the Mavericks end up winning the lottery, the #1 overall pick in a draft class that features Cooper Flagg. So Dallas obviously decides to select Cooper Flagg with that pick, and Nico Harrison continues to just talk his way into some of the biggest blunders, sat there and said, hey man, I hope you see the vision now. Hope you see the vision now. Of course, many people then assume, are you insinuating that you were told to trade Luka Doncic because you would then be rewarded with the first overall pick, because that's what it sounded like? Or maybe you're just a bumbling fool, a numbskull.
That's definitely what it was. Like, bro, the motherfucking niggas, the aliens could see that bitch. That obviously what it was. Niggas just don't trade a motherfucking nigga like Luca for free.
Who really believes that you winning the lottery was somehow a part of your big plan, despite the fact that you told us that you're supposed to be competing for a championship. Hey, didn't make any sense to me. Still doesn't right now. Now, fast forward a few more months, and it is very clear we're now deep into the offseason, and the Mavericks have a glaring hole at the starting point guard position. Kyrie's going to be out for a good portion of the season, if not the entire year. So, of course, the Dallas Mavericks have to address the concern that is left by Luka Doncic, and their answer was D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo fucking Russell. Oh my gosh. Bro, he had the best year he ever had was with the goddamn Nets. Boy, he should have stayed with them, bro. That was his calling right there. Like, he didn't need to go to another team. He should have stuck with them. I don't know why they let him go. He was perfect with them. He should have stayed with them, in my opinion. Like, now they talking about Kyrie, D'Angelo Russell, Kyrie.
Yes, I'm very much so serious. This was so problematic that heading into the season, two things transpired. A, Jason Kidd, head coach of the Mavericks, had no other choice but to start rookie Cooper Flagg at the point guard position, because that's how desperate they were for ball handling and decision making. Starting Cooper Flagg at the point guard position. Be very mindful that Cooper Flagg is very much so a wing, and you could very well argue at this point in his career would also benefit significantly from a playmaker himself. So the fact that he now has the responsibilities of being the primary decision maker and playmaker for this team screams yikes. But then the second thing that occurred, and the irony of it all, is that Anthony Davis came into training camp out of shape. Out of shape! He came thick. He came back fat.
Damn. My nigga went to Texas and started eating all the motherfucking barbecue. That nigga was like, them motherfuckers trying me. God damn, that's 15 pounds on that motherfucker. What? That's crazy. That nigga went to Texas and tried every barbecue spot in the motherfucking world in Texas. He was in Dallas eating pulled pork, ribs, burgers, pig. Like, this motherfucker was not playing. He like, yo, I'm in this business. Texas, nigga. I need to try every barbecue spot in the motherfucking world, nigga.
That's problematic not only because AD, you're injury prone, and as someone who rooted for you when you were with the Lakers, I was highly disappointed in you. I cannot believe how unserious you took the offseason. But while that is happening, it's also worth noting on the other side of this trade, Luka Doncic gets in the best shape that he has been in over the past 3 to 4 years. He slims down, he's in front of a magazine, and overall looks like he is now in position
Like,
to
this
have a
nigga.
bounce back season. But wait, it gets worse. Right before the season begins, it's then reported that Daniel Gafford sprained his ankle and will not be available in the beginning of the season. Wowzers. Now head right into opening night, and you would assume that a team that has a front court of featuring Anthony Davis, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, a team that is supposed to plant their flag defensively, will be able to make a stance against a young up-and-coming superstar in Victor Wembanyama and get a win over a team that they should be dominant over. Unfortunately, it just doesn't happen. Not only do the Dallas Mavericks lose against the Spurs, But Wemby makes the front court of the Dallas Mavericks look foolish. Play after play, highlight after highlight, it was really tough to watch if you were a Mavericks fan. We talked about this already, so I'm not going to spend that much time on it. But again, for a team that's supposed to cement themselves as a defensive-oriented roster, especially in their front court, you being just thrown around like a rag doll by Victor Wembanyama, as great as he is crazy. Also, the quick sidebar, it's definitely worth noting that just a few games after that, Wemby went on a slight bit of a slump because teams started to realize how to properly defend him and throw multiple bodies at him and rotate weak side because he's not that great of a passer. The fact that Jason Kidd couldn't come to that same conclusion in the middle of that game, mind-blowing to me. The game after that, however, it gets even worse because despite the fact that, Dallas is trying to compete for a championship and they're trying to compete at a very high level, they end up losing to the Washington.
No way. No way they lost to these motherfuckers, bro. These niggas should be Nah, I'm gonna get them 10. These niggas should be the best these niggas are gonna get is 10-game wins. 10-game wins. That's it. Cause the Wizards, oh my, don't ever compare the Chicago Bulls to this team in your motherfucking life. Or the Sacramento Kings. Nigga, the Sacramento Kings is the Washington Wizards of the West.
Wizards, a team that's not only trying to tank, but as I record this video has a record of 1-10, their only win against Dallas. And then it just continues to spiral out of control. The next game after that, Dallas does get their first win. However, it comes at the cost of the availability of Derek Lively as he's injured and he has been sidelined since the third game of the season. And then fast forward 2 more games, the inevitable happened again. And not just inevitable, but also very ironic. During a game against the Indiana Pacers, Anthony Davis ends up injuring himself. It's also worth noting that before that game, it was reported that AD was dealing with some tightness in his Achilles and still decided to play. And then the punchline that follows that injury is that the Dallas Mavericks go on a 4-game losing streak. A losing streak that is so bad that offensively, it translates to them being one of, if not the worst offensive team of all time. That's not me being hyperbolic. Damn. That's literally what occurred. As of today, the Dallas Mavericks, relatively speaking, are the second worst offense in NBA history. That's how bad they are. The irony for you to sit there and yap about defense win championships just for you to translate to be potentially the worst offense of all time. That's crazy. And oh yes, all these.
Get my nigga Kyrie the fuck out of there, man. Get my nigga Kyrie the fuck. Kyrie calling his agent like, yo, this shit getting tricky. Like, bro, if y'all can, like, don't say nothing, but yo, get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here.
This is happening. Luka's averaging 40. A near 40-point triple-double playing for the Lakers. If you add Anthony Davis.
The motherfucker nice as a bitch. This without LeBron in the fucking team. Imagine LeBron getting this bitch and get a good 26 points a game. Some defense? Oh my God. I need my boy LeBron to get his motherfucking 5. Y'all understand, bruh. I don't like the Lakers. I'm a Bulls fan, but I need my nigga. LeBron is that. LeBron is one of them, man. I need our motherfucker boy to get that 5. So he could be Booker T on the bitch.
And Max Christie's numbers together, they barely amount to what Luka is producing on his own. It's disgusting. And if all of that isn't bad enough, bro, Klay Thompson started off this season playing terrible. So did D'Angelo Russell.
Forgot that Klay. Whoa, no, bruh. Klay should be over there fucking shit. Klay really should be over there fucking shit right now. What is going on, my nigga?
The experiment with Cooper Flag at the point guard position was a terrible idea, and it turned out to be really bad as well. And every single time they play at home, it feels as if like they're playing away because they're being chanted and booed, "Fire Nico." It's gotten so bad that now the reports are claiming that
Damn, that's fucked up. Heard several Mavs players this season have preferred to play on the road rather than playing home games due to the charged atmosphere as it relates to Nico Harris. They weren't passing judgment on fans, more so having human reaction to the atmosphere. Mavs have played 7 out of 10 at home. Damn, this was today, bitch. Wow. So the fucking players like, yo, this shit is all toxic, bro. I can't even play in this bitch. They want the owner fired. Like, bro, I can't get my jump shot right. I can't do a bitch ass thing.
some of the Dallas Mavericks players favor playing away games because they don't want to have to deal with the madness. That's how
I don't give a fuck, bro. If I'm in the NBA, I don't give a fuck with the fans. I don't give a fuck if it was home fans or away fans. I don't give a fuck what the fans say. Bitch, I'm on the court to win the fucking game, nigga. The owner deal with that shit, bitch. Like these niggas, some of these niggas be pussy. Like I'm gonna call it like I see it, bro. Some of these niggas be pussy, bro. I don't give a fuck what a bitch ass fan gotta say. I'm trying to win the fucking game, nigga.
bad it has now become. And if all of that wasn't enough, Patrick Dumont, the owner for the Dallas Mavericks, he was getting heckled as well. He was getting booed as well. He was getting people flipping off a middle finger to him as well. Matter of fact, a young fan did it to him a few games ago. Patrick, realizing the monumental mistake that they have made, decided to sit down with a young fan who goes to games wearing a Luka Doncic Lakers.
If this is a fucking plant right here. A nigga on courtside seats with it. The nigga on courtside seats with the Luca jersey on. I'm security. Take that shit off, bruh. We trying to win, bruh. We trying to move the fuck on. We already hurt from this shit. You bringing up the past. Take this shit off, dog.
Jersey, sat down and had a conversation with him publicly, courtside, and apologized for how bad of a mistake all of this is. And then that then resulted into where we are today, and that is Nico Harrison losing his job. Again, all of those things transpired within a 9-month.
9 months they gave this motherfucker. That nigga basically gave birth to his destruction. This is crazy. On the holiday season. On the holiday season, nigga, I'm gonna fire your bitch ass on the holiday season. I ain't gonna give you shit. I ain't gonna give you a piss. I ain't gonna give you gifts. Here's a thank you card, bitch, and get your ass the fuck out the locker room. He basically told this nigga, get out your office. Your shit's packed. It'll be sent by UPS on Monday morning. This is crazy.
Window. It's been bad. Really, really bad. Now, many people, of course, are trying to figure out what exactly do you do next if you are Dallas. And I'm here to tell you, if you think it's bad now, unfortunately, it's only going to get worse.
It's worse.
The idea.
Motherfucker, they about to tremble. They about to tremble. The fans might not even show up to games. Dallas might have to relocate. I heard I heard the motherfucking Chris coming back. I heard they need another team in Toronto, man. See it's Seattle. Cause this shit is a fucking shit show. And I'm speaking from a motherfucking sideline perspective. I don't give a fuck about the Dallas Mavericks. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan all day, every day. It'll never change. Shout out to D Rose. But this shit is tricky, dog. It's like, bro, it was politics in this shit. This whole shit was a soap opera. Like we just witnessed a 9 month birth of a firing. Like the headlights was in a motherfucking rear view mirror. This man ain't even see it coming.
That this is all going to change because, oh, well, they can just get out of this big old mess. They got their next franchise player in Cooper Flag and they just trade everybody else. No. The value of Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving is nowhere near close to where people are claiming it is when it comes to making these trades. AD is 32, will be 33 at the top of next year. AD right now is not playing basketball games. AD, before he got injured, didn't even look his greatest, especially in terms of his scoring ability. AD is a ultra flawed commodity in his own right. Not saying he cannot provide any value, but the idea that there's just going to be teams lined up to go after Anthony Davis is ridiculous. And even if there are some teams that are interested, because I'm sure there are.
I ain't gonna lie. AD, we'll fuck with you. Hey, come to Chicago. Come home, bro. It's time to come home, bro. Leave this bullshit. We gonna treat you right, but you gotta stay fucking healthy, boy. We want you on a motherfucking diet. We want you on your motherfucking weights. We want you lifting every fucking day. We want you power lifting. I'm talking about, bro. When you come to when you come back home, I want you bullying motherfuckers on the motherfucking sideline. Don't be on that pussy ass shit, man. The brow is returned to Chicago. That's what we want. But we ain't giving up. Hey, it's gonna be tough because if we give up somebody and you come in that bitch and you get hurt, it's gonna be tough for you. We ain't gonna let you hear the end of that bitch. And this is coming from a motherfucking Bulls fan who think Derrick Rose is the greatest point guard of all fucking time. And don't try to sit there and tell me he not. Because I'm gonna argue with your bitch ass. And you ain't gonna be able to say a bitch ass thing about it to change my mind. Back to this shit, man. Shout out to AD, man. Get right.
Or what they're going to give up in return isn't going to be that much for a 30-plus-year-old who is injury prone and potentially only has another year or two left in his prime. But then when it comes to Kyrie Irving, it's going to be even less in return. I'm sorry, but the way in which people talk about Kyrie Irving, you would have thought that this is a man that has the potential to be a number one option on a championship team, despite the fact that he's already provided the evidence that he can't do that.
Yo, you know it'll be icy for Kyrie. And I ain't even his agent, but yo, Milwaukee, bro. I heard Giannis trying to leave y'all. Like he wanted to trade, but listen, I get y'all. Hey, look, Kyrie talking about coming to Milwaukee and doing this motherfucking thing on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Anymore. You would have thought that this is a man that was in his 20s, despite the fact that this is someone who is 33 now and will be 34 at the top of next year. You would have thought that this is a player that may have sprained his ankle or maybe dealing with a broken finger. No, he will be coming off of a ACL injury. He tore his ACL. At best, that is a career-altering injury for someone who's in their 20s, would normally end up taking a year and a half to make a full recovery from them, potentially two. And you believe 33, soon to be 34-year-old Kyrie Irving is going to come back from said ACL injury good enough to where a team will be interested in who he may be after he recovers from that? The truth of the matter is, when Kyrie does come back, which more than likely will be after the trade deadline this season, we're talking about a 34-year-old who probably won't be close to where he was before until he's 35. And at that point, Kyrie may only have one more really good season left from him. And even that season that he may be able to provide, he would have to be in a very unique situation to help maximize what left he can give to an organization. But the biggest reason why I'm so confused to why people believe that the Mavericks, if they decide to blow things up, will receive a lot in return for AD and Kyrie is because after this season, bro, they only have one more guaranteed year left on their deal. So these are not even two players that are under contract for any extensive period of time. Realistically speaking, if you are trading for them, you would need to be in position to win immediately to convince them to sign long term if that's what you desire. But no. Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, who are both well in their 30s, both injury prone, both making north of $40 million, AD making nearly $60 million next season. No, there is not a laundry list of teams that are willing to trade for them, and even the teams that have the ability to do so while also retaining them long term, more than likely is not going to give much up of anything for them. If you think that it's bad now, just wait until the package that you receive in return for AD and Kyrie, because effectively, whatever that is what Nico Harrison decided to trade Luka Doncic for. And that's when it's going to get ugly. That's when it's going to be bad. It's already bad now. It's only going to get worse. Trust me. Nico Harrison royally screwed this organization. It cannot be understated enough. And to the people out there who try to sound smart and intelligent and, I really think that Nico's onto something here, respectfully, stop. You just wanted to get off a hot take. You just wanted to be different. You just want to have headlines because there's no rhyme or reason anyone can ever justify trading a 25-year-old superstar for a 30-year-old one, especially when the 30-year-old is injury prone and the 25-year-old is already better than the 30-year-old one. It's bad. Fans are not even showing up to the arena anymore. They had like a 20-plus year stretch of selling out home games.
Damn.
It broke. We're like 10 games into the regular season, just like that. It broke the following year. Nico Harrison can barely get out of the arena safely. They got to give him extra security.
Bitch, you touch me because I traded, nigga. I'm socking your bitch ass. Fucking touch me. The fuck? I'm just keeping it 100, man. Hey, man, Dallas in shambles. Shout out to Kyrie. Man, get the fuck out of there, please. Shout out to AD. Please get healthy, man. Eat some vegetables. Some spinach. You know, spinach get you right. Popeye. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. If y'all, hey. And like and subscribe to the channel, man. Bro, I had to bring back the reaction show, bro. I know. It's been a fucking minute. Goddamn. But damn, I can't believe this shit. Dallas, man. Fuck. Hope them boys get right, man. I hope they get right. I really do. I really do.